Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus Tips, Tricks, and Beginner's Guide. Let's get started. I suggest you equip the following equipment to your tech priests as soon as possible. Mechadendrite can be used to heal the selected or adjacent tech priest without using any cognition points and can be upgraded to heal quite a bit more. Next we have the Cognition Mechadendrites, and they're used to gather additional cognition points from Necrons and consoles. Even the basic unit will snag you a free cognition point. A power axe melee weapon will allow you to strike at nearby Necrons for at most a single cognition points and gives you additional attack opportunities throughout the game. I also make sure to equip a pistol in one of the hand slots. They don't require cognition points to use and can be great for cleaning up fallen Necron soldiers. Once unlocked, the Gamma pistol in particular is a great weapon choice. While it doesn't do an incredible amount of damage, it does completely ignore armor, so it's guaranteed damage at no additional cost. I also suggest the use of Refractor shields once unlocked. Even the most basic unit will absorb up to 5 damage within the small sphere surrounding your tech priest. For a cost of a single cognition point, it's a great security blanket against potential damage. Hey, this is Chris at Talon Gaming with 10 tips and tricks, a beginner's guide for Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. I hope you enjoyed the video so far and learned something new. If you haven't already, be sure to check out our detailed review for the game to cover any topics we may have glanced over in the video. Let's get on with the show. I suggest you upgrade one of your tech priests completely on the Explorer path to create a melee specialist while making sure to leave out any ranged weaponry to gain access to all the damage bonuses. You'll hit harder and have the ability to move much further in order to do so. I also suggest that you upgrade a tech priest completely on the Dominus path to create a ranged weapon specialist. The increased damage and weapons range makes for a formidable opponent even at extreme distances. Be sure to leave out any melee weapons to receive all of the damage bonuses. For the remaining tech priests, I would mix and match them as you see fit. However, I would suggest you upgrade Dominus 1 point to extend weapons range by 4 squares, Lex Mechanic by 3 points to gain a free cognition point at the start of each turn, and allow your servo skulls to extract all available cognition points from an archive. I'd also upgrade Tech Auxilium by 1 point to reduce the cognition points needed by 2 for your next attack. On early game weapons, this results in a completely free attack. I'd also suggest spending 3 upgrade points on the Explorer tree to add 3 to your movement and add the ability to avoid opportunity attacks altogether. This will free your tech priest to move in and out of melee range at will. Cognition points are what allows your tech priests to perform actions. Always look for missions that offer up additional cognition point capacity as a reward. You'll need as many as you can get your hands on. By unlocking the Lex Mechanic skill path, you'll receive cognition points at the start of each turn and on kills. You can also increase servo skull extraction from archives, and when fully skilled up, you'll receive cognition points when you're hit and unlock the ability to fill your cognition point gauge to its maximum capacity. Use a Cognition Mechadendrite on Necrons, active or dead, and on consoles. You can also use the servo skull to extract cognition points from any of the dead Necrons, consoles, and archives. Use upgraded hardware beyond the basics to extract additional cognition points. Equipping multiple weapons ensures you can always inflict some sort of damage to your Necron foe. I always equip a pistol so that even when I have no cognition points, I can at least chip away some health. I also always equip a melee weapon since ranged weapons are completely disabled when an enemy is adjacent. Additionally, having the ability to clean up down Necrons swiftly before resurrection is a must. Using the Curatio Mechadendrite or Curatio Claw to heal yourself or adjacent allies is a necessity. Keeping your units topped up will allow you to not only take more damage over time, but it also saves on repair costs in the mission debriefing. Also, if you unlock the skill Distant Prayers, it'll allow you to heal allies remotely, a very handy tool to reach units normally out of reach. Refractor fields are king. They allow you to take risks and expedite combat without worrying about incurring damage for the cost of a single cognition point. By equipping multiple tech priests with refractor fields, you'll be able to alternate use to cover your units for the duration of combat. The early units will absorb up to 5 damage before collapsing, while the more advanced units will absorb 8 and 10 damage. These tools have the ability to completely change the outcome of combat. In the early game, take advantage of the free servitors that the game offers you. They have a handful of benefits. They can inflict small amounts of melee damage to the Necrons while using no cognition points. They can take Necron focus away from your other units and boost its own armor temporarily. When they get hit, a cognition point is gained, and they can be healed by tech priests and used as a nice fat meat shield, of course. Let's go over the 7 levels of awakening during a mission. At level 1, your presence is detected, but there's no real effect. At levels 2 and 4, additional Necrons appear in combat. At levels 3 and 5, Necrons resurrect 1 turn sooner. At level 6, Necrons attack first in combat, and at level 7, Necrons resurrect immediately. I should add in here that kills resulting from critical hits and Necrons packing without resurrection. Down Necrons also have no armor and only a single hit point, so make sure to clean them up quickly. Resurrected Necrons have half their original hit points, so they will make for an easier kill than the first time, but they can still hit just as hard. Rooms marked with an exclamation point will present you with a scenario followed by 3 choices. Generally speaking, you should listen to the Subdomina's advice, as it will help to guide you to the correct selection and favorable result. Encounters are marked by 3 red Necrons and represent optional combat. Glyphs are rooms marked with a green square and will present you with several choices. These results are repeatable, so make note of which glyphs give which results. I'll post a link in the video description to a guide. Empty rooms only serve to add 2 awakening points. White diamonds represent mission objectives and must be completed in order to finish the mission successfully. If you do decide to backtrack, you won't be punished with additional awakening points. There are several ways to reduce awakening levels. First, take advantage of the optional Necron encounters mentioned earlier, as completion will lead to reduced Necron awakening. Another method I used that I didn't know when I first started playing was to destroy the terminals you find during combat, as they typically reduce awakening by 2 points. If you can, try to scan terminals and steal Cognition Points from them prior to destroying them. In doing so, you'll gain some free Blackstone to further upgrade your tech priests. There you have it, folks. 10 tips and tricks, a beginner's guide for Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. I hope you found this video useful in your quest to slay Necrons. If you watched this far, do us a favor, hit like and leave a comment. It really helps the video to perform and reach our audience. If you've enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and stay tuned for more content just like this. This is Chris from Talon Gaming, signing out.